The Clippers fall on the second night of a back-to-back to Cleveland, 120-105. Ivica Zubac, 33 points, 18 rebounds. But the hot shooting from Cleveland, 17 made threes on 45 attempts. Juxtaposed with the poor shooting for the Clippers, 8 for 26. Does it in here at Rocket Arena. Well, for Carlo Jimenez, our statistician, Marty Shingler, and our engineer, Stacey Knox, who's saying so long from Cleveland. We'll talk to you in just a few. Adam Oslin has you the rest of the way. Kawhi looks good in his return, but the Clippers cannot come up with a win. Final here in Cleveland, 120-105. Cavaliers on your Clippers Audio Network.
Kawhi returns, but the Winds did not. As the Clippers fall in Cleveland, 120-105 to the Cavaliers. Welcome into your postgame show. I'm Adam Oslin. Coming up, your postgame box score. We'll take your phone calls on Clippers talk and much more. But first, we head back out to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, you already mentioned it, but a one-point game with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Clippers just had a miserable time closing out quarters in this ball game, but in particular that 20-3 run spanning the end of the third into the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, you think about them having their only lead of the game, Adam, at the end of the first quarter, and then Cleveland goes on a run, and then they had it close at halftime. 3-point game, Cleveland goes on a run, and then you get it close at the end, in the middle of the third quarter. It just felt like we were watching the same story over and over and over again. And for the Clippers, you know, Ivica Zubac was fantastic today. Kawhi Leonard looked good in his return, despite a lot of moments where we thought, uh-oh, did he bang knees? Did he fall okay? He seemed like he was fine. Knocked down 3 threes. I think the shooting of the Clippers hurts. They hit 7 before garbage time, 7 of 24 from distance. And then their ability to go quiet for those moments at the end of quarters Real, I mean, even the start of the third quarter, it wasn't great. So it felt, even though it's the second night of a back-to-back for this team, it felt like this one was in reach many times, and the Clippers just couldn't hang on to the ball. I think, though, the best thing I take out of it is this is a different team with Kawhi Leonard. There's no doubt about it. I mean, this is somebody who helped the Clippers compete with the 12-6 Cavs, currently a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference, and they competed on both ends thanks to his contributions.
And you look at him being a +3 out there. Vitsa Zubac's a +6. Unfortunately, the bench had a really difficult time in this ball game, and Brook Lopez was a -24 in 11 minutes. So in the 37 that he was not out there in a 15-point loss, the Clippers went +9. It was tough out there whenever Ivica Zubac basically wasn't on the floor in this one. Kawhi did look good. Zoo looked good. James Harden had an off night after a spectacular career type of performance. Definitely a franchise historic moment for the Clippers yesterday with his 55. And you just couldn't knock down anything from the outside. And you said it early. He looked gassed and looked like he had some tired legs on those long jumpers.
And if anyone's allowed to have a night off, it's James Harden. I mean, this guy's averaging 35.7 points per game his last 7 games, and he's playing 36 minutes a night. Like, it's just going to happen when you're playing this much and carrying this much of a load. It was a tough game for him. He did do a good job getting to the free throw line, 9 of 10 in this one. The Clippers, I think, they couldn't. I think you hit the nail on the head, Adam. When Zubac was off the floor, they couldn't get it going offensively, and they couldn't slow down Cleveland. And credit Donovan Mitchell. I mean, 37 points at him and on 14 of 22. He was super, super efficient. Knocked down 5 threes. The Clippers' entire team had 7 before garbage time. So just a great performance by Donovan Mitchell. I think the Clippers like the way Zoo played defense on Mobley, despite having an 18-point, 10-rebound double-double. But you're right, Adam. Just not enough defense from this Clipper team at times. And it really was their offense that fueled the Cleveland defense. Cavaliers, 14 fast break points and too many second chance points, 21 of them in this game.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell with 18 in the first half, 19 in the second half, 12 of those 19 coming in the third quarter when the Clippers were really making their push. He hit one of the tougher step-back threes I've seen in the face of Kobe Sanders. It was well defended. Doesn't matter. He's Spida. He's having arguably his best season of his career right now. He's their leader. He stepped up, and the Clippers unfortunately fall by 15 in Kawhi's return. 120-105 was the final in Cleveland. Clippers back to LA, but not quite back to Intuit Dome yet. They will be back at Crypto, their old home, taking on the Lakers on Tuesday night. First of the 4 matchups this season between the two Pac-Div rivals. We'll have your tip-off time at 8 p.m. Your pregame show starting at 7 from Crypto. Carlo, great call. We'll see you back in Los Angeles soon, my friend.
Adam, I get to see you soon, and our player to watch did well, so I'll take it. The most important thing, though, we have another game. Let's go! Talk to you Tuesday.
Coming up next, we will get to second half highlights, your post-game box score, and more. Clippers drop to 5-12 on the season. They lose by 15 in Cleveland. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Frustrating loss in Kawhi Leonard's return. He had 20 in his 26 minutes. Banged knees at the end of the ball game with John Collins. Looked like he was testing things out on the sidelines and was about to come back in, but then the score got out of hand. It was inconsequential time, and Coach Lue called off the Dogs with about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Clippers lose by 15 in Cleveland, a frustrating one, Clipper Nation, because this was a very winnable game where you had a spectacular performance from Ivica Zubac, who was just 2 points off of his career high. Big Zoo was incredible. At one point in the second half, guys, he made 10 straight shots without a miss. Ivica Zubac finished with 33 on 15 of 22 shooting, 18 boards, 7 offensive rebounds. He dominated Evan Mobley. I know they didn't have Jared Allen, but they still had the DPOY out there. And Ivica Zubac got him when he was out there. And when they went small, it was just barbecue chicken. That's what I've been wanting to see. And the Clippers also, if you noticed, went to him early and often. First bucket of the ball game was Big Zoo. The game plan was to get him going. He did his part. He was a +6 in his 33 minutes. Kawhi Leonard, I mentioned, 20 points in 26 minutes, 6 of 13 shooting, 3 of 5 from the outside. He went +3. But the rest of the starters, I thought Chris Dunn was solid overall. He had 9 points, knocked down a three-pointer at the end of the first half. James Harden, after 55 points yesterday, look, it's totally understandable. He hit 10 threes yesterday. Unfortunately, he went 0 of 8 from the outside in this game and looked gassed. He was 5 of 16 overall. He looked tired. 6 assists to 3 turnovers. He had to do so much to get him that victory yesterday. He looked absolutely spent, but it's not like they have better options than even a tired James Harden out there. The bench was not good enough. Kobe Sanders, his 28 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 4 shooting, hit a three-pointer. I didn't mind the effort, but Brook Lopez was a -24 in 11 minutes. And I'm not putting this all on him. I'm not, but I believe that means in a game they lost by 15, in the 37 minutes without him, they were +9. It was a tough ball game for him, especially with rotations. The Cavs were going small at times. Nico Batum, 6 points, knocked down a couple of three-pointers. CP3 just 2 points, only took 1 shot. I thought Chris Paul has looked a little bit better over the last week, guys. He had 5 assists to 2 turnovers, but they needed more from their bench. They needed more from James Harden, and there's another guy in the starting lineup that just looks uncomfortable. John Collins in 30 minutes had 5 points and went 1 of 6. And we're talking misses. I mean, he missed a putback dunk. Hopefully his hammy's okay. He did stay in the ball game. He did have a couple of blocks. I've liked some of the defensive effort. The effort is not an issue. He's just missing. I mean, I think he started 1 for 4, and all 4 of those shots were at the rim. Like, they were getting him good looks. Everybody say, well, they're not running plays. They're not doing anything. Go watch the first quarter again. You tell me that's on the coaching staff. John Collins was having offense run his way. He's just in a funk. He's just trying to figure out how he fits in with the starting unit. And unfortunately, it has not been a smooth transition for him. Donovan Mitchell, Spida is smooth. 37 points in 33 minutes. He and Evan Mobley were +26 out there. Donovan Mitchell, 14 of 22, 5 of 9 from the outside. He hit a 3 in the face of Kobe Sanders in the third quarter. That was just outrageous. A step back 3. Like, it was well guarded. Nothing you could do about it. Evan Mobley struggled from the outside and from the free throw line with his shot. 9 of 12, 18 and 10, but Zubac got the best of him. DeAndre Hunter was 17 points. And their bench outscored the Clippers bench 33-19. And really, it wasn't even that close because Clippers got 6 points from their bench during inconsequential garbage time. They lose 120-105 in Cleveland to the Cavaliers. Coming up, we'll get set for Clippers talk. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers continue to struggle, even with the return of Kawhi Leonard. They dropped to 5-12 as they lose 120 to 105 in Cleveland to the Cavaliers. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. This is your Clippers post-game show. Coming up, we got Clippers talk on AM 570 LA Sports. If you want to get on early, 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number here. Clippers ended up with 16 turnovers, and they came in bunches after they were taking care of the ball until the last 3 minutes or so of the first quarter. They couldn't close out quarters. Just brutal endings. Each and every quarter, all right, not so much the fourth, but it was already over. Of the first, second, and third quarters, the Clippers struggled to get out clean without mistakes, without letting the Cleveland Cavaliers extend the lead or take the lead, as they did in the first quarter, where the Clippers were in control early on. But as soon as Kawhi Leonard came out of the ball game, they lost that control pretty quickly. It was 24-18 Clippers with 2:15 left in that first quarter. And then they had 3 straight missed shots from James Harden. It's understandable. Going to get that heat check in after what happened yesterday. But tough to see him go 0 for 8 overall from 3. And it really started the end of the first quarter where you knew the legs just weren't there. So 3 straight shots missed from him, a couple of turnovers, and the game flips from the Clippers being up by 6 to down by 3, a 9-point turnaround in 2 minutes and 15 seconds. All right. Just can't happen. Clippers lose this ball game. Final 120-105 in favor of the Cavs in Cleveland. Clippers got the Lakers at Crypto coming up on Tuesday. Tip off at 8. We'll have your pregame show starting at 7 outside of Los Angeles. We'll talk to you then in LA. Do not go anywhere. It's Clippers Talk next. Clippers a little too unfocused at the end of quarters. Maybe you could say a little too cavalier as they lose in Cleveland to the Cavs 120-105. Welcome in. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Talk. If you want to get on, 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Coming up, we're going to hear from Coach Lou postgame, hopefully with an update on Kawhi Leonard, who returned in this ball game. I thought he looked solid overall. It's just the 4 turnovers and some uncharacteristically bad ones where he's basically shielding his man from the basketball. I think this happened in the second quarter, dribbling with the right hand, and somebody else comes and just takes it away. That's just one of those mistakes you don't see very often from Kawhi, unaware of where the defense was and putting on a dribbling exhibition there. 20 points, 6 of 13 shooting, 3 of 5 from the outside. He almost had half the Clippers' threes as they went just 8 of 26. As James Harden, after hitting 10 threes yesterday, misses all 8 of his attempts today. In a very winnable ball game, and hey, I'm not putting it on James Harden. I'm not putting it on any one player. But when you get a performance like this from Ivica Zubac with 33 and 18 on 15 of 22 shooting, where he dominated Evan Mobley and whoever else they tried to throw at him with no Jared Allen in this game for the Cleveland Cavaliers. This was a very, very winnable ball game for the Clippers and a tough place to win. They needed James Harden either to have a better ball game, the bench to perform much better, as they had just 19 points and they were getting lit up. Brook Lopez was a minus 24 in 11 minutes, 0 of 2 from the field. And the Cavaliers shoot 17 of 45 from the outside. That's 38% on high volume from 3. And they get 37 from their superstar and Donovan Mitchell. 12 of those points coming in the third quarter. But it's just these moments where the Clippers are in control or battling back into the ball game, and then end of quarters, it looked like they just lost focus. I love the way the Clippers started this game. Even though Harden was missing, he still had 10 points in the first quarter, got to the free throw line. He was just missing with the long ball. But Kawhi Leonard, he had a little backdoor cut for an easy one to start off. Did check out at 1:04 and 45 seconds early on, went back to the locker room. We didn't know why. Wardrobe malfunction, bathroom break, I don't know, but he came right back in. Maybe changed his shoes. I didn't notice, but that was a scary sight. Hit a jumper to make it 15-8 Clippers. Looked pretty sharp offensively. Got fouled on a three-pointer. Ended up being a 2. Toe was on the line. But that first quarter was just emblematic of this game for the Clippers. They were in control with 2 minutes left in the quarter. It's 24-18. They played really well. They fed Ivica Zubac the very first play. Looked like the game plan was get Big Zoo the basketball. And he almost had a career night with 33 points. He had their first 2 points. A hook shot. Right-hand hook over Evan Mobley. Wouldn't be the last one. But the Clippers are up 24-18. Kawhi heads out around the midway point of the first quarter. And the Clippers maintain control. Ivica Zubac, offensive rebound. Got another bucket. And they're up by 6 with 2 minutes left in the quarter after James Harden goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. And after a Kobe Sanders steal, James Harden misses their next 3 shots, 2 of them three-pointers, in the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. He took all those shots. I don't mind that. He had 55 yesterday. He's out there on the floor. Kawhi's on the bench. It makes sense. Didn't have his legs. Went 0 of 8 from the outside. But a couple of really bad turnovers during that stretch as well in the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. And you go from being up 6 to down 3. As Proctor hit a three-pointer at the end of the first quarter. CP3 had a bad turnover. I think Kobe Sanders had the other one. Might have been Ivica Zubac, actually. And it kept happening where the Clippers are battling again in the second quarter. Looks like they're in the ball game after they got down by 11. I mean, Zoo got blocked by Mobley on one, takes it to the other side of the block, goes from the left side to the right side, gets it to go, 8-point game. And they're battling again in that second quarter, chipping away after being down double digits. And somehow they just let go of it again. It's 42-40 after Kawhi Leonard hits a free throw. Larry Nance Jr., three-pointer. Donovan Mitchell, three-pointer. Evan Mobley, two-pointer. It's 50-42. Evan Mobley again, 52-42. Off an assist from Donovan Mitchell. The Clippers keep putting themselves in bad spots. They were lucky to get a three-pointer to end the second quarter from Chris Dunn. They were down by as many as 11 in that second quarter. Chris Dunn and a free throw from, who was it that hit that? No, regardless, it was a 7-point game at 59-52 at the half. As Chris Dunn hit that three-pointer off a James Harden assist. So you're within striking distance. Kawhi Leonard played 13 minutes in the first half. We didn't know where his minutes restriction was going to be at. Looked like it might have been 30 minutes with the way things were structured in the fourth quarter. He didn't end up getting there because the Clippers got blown out. But in the third quarter again, after Chris Dunn got a bucket to go on a nice reverse layup off a pass from Kawhi Leonard to start the third, so he had bookend buckets to end the second to start the third. It's a 5-point game. But then Hunter hits a three-pointer. Gets a couple free throws. Hits another three-pointer. He goes on his own 8-0 run, DeAndre Hunter, and they're down by 11 again. It was just a 5-point game. Kawhi hit a big three out of a timeout, but then Donovan Mitchell responds with a three. It's a 13-point game. So, Clippers are in an uphill battle again. They get it down to 9. Tomlin, three-pointer. These are the silencers that stop the Clippers' runs. But part of it, bad turnovers. They had 5 turnovers in the first 5 minutes of the third. They had taken such good care of the basketball early in the first quarter to the last 2 minutes. Then they have 2 turnovers. And then they consistently started to have them in bunches at times. They were their own worst enemy, stopping their own runs. But it still was them battling back as Ivica Zubac could not miss, and at one point made 10 straight shots before a miss. And after they were down by 12 after a Tomlin three-pointer with the 5:56 mark of the third quarter, they just started feeding Big Zoo. Bucket, 6-point game. Another one, 4-point game. All right. Batum three-pointer. It's a 1-point game at 77-76. So here we go. End of the third quarter. How does this get away from them? You're right there. You got to hold on to this. You just made a run to get back in. Ivica Zubac is battling. It was a 13-4 run by the Clippers. Then comes Donovan Mitchell with back-to-back and ones. In a bad, as good as he was in this game, Zubac's turnover. As the double team came, he tried to kick it back out. Turnover. Back-to-back and ones by Donovan Mitchell. It was getting into the paint far too easily. 1-point game is now a 7-point game. James Harden still missing. Lopez takes a three-pointer I didn't love. Mitchell a three-pointer. Hits another. That was the one in Kobe Sanders' face, I believe. It was beautifully defended. Didn't matter. Donovan Mitchell, step back three-pointer. He's a superstar. It's now 90-79. They're back up by 11. It was a 1-point game. It was a 1-point game a second ago. 77-76. How does that happen where, 2 minutes later, you're down by 11? Didn't love the shot selection by the Clippers. And some nasty turnovers. Evan Mobley got another bucket to go at the very end of the third quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, it was the last 2 minutes. End of the third quarter was about the last 3.5 minutes that killed him. Second quarter was during the middle that got him, and then towards the end, but Dunn hit that three-pointer, but it's just not closing out quarters. And it ends up being a 13-3 run, I believe, by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Make it 15-3 after the Evan Mobley bucket to go at the end of the third, and they're up 92-79. Mobley gets another oop from Mitchell early in the fourth quarter. 94-79. Brook Lopez misses a three. Three-pointer by Donovan Mitchell. Oh, this is the one where Kobe Sanders was right there. It was early in the fourth, excuse me, not end of the third. Who can keep track with all the Mitchell three-pointers? 19 points in the second half from him. Donovan Mitchell had 18 in the first half. So they're down 97-79. And there's a timeout after a quick 5-0 run by the Cavs to start the fourth quarter. Let's see what happens next after we take a 10-second timeout here on AM 570 LA Sports.
This is LA Clippers basketball. AM 570 KLAC Los Angeles, 98.7 KYSR HD2 Los Angeles, and iHeart radio station.
So you go from down 13-18 early in the fourth. And out of that timeout, at 97-79, the Clippers have a 24-second violation where Kawhi doesn't even get the shot off. Zoo comes back in at the 9:55 mark. I mean, why not? He hasn't missed him forever. Gets a bucket on Mobley, who got the ball on his downward trajectory, so it was a goaltend, 97-81. But then Mobley and Mitchell really started to get that two-man game going, caught another oop, and kind of hooked it in with the left hand. It was a crazy athletic play off the pass from Donovan Mitchell. Kawhi drew a foul, and I saw some nice movement from him getting into the paint to get the floater to go, 99-83, or to get to his floater. Then Kawhi had a crazy steal on Mitchell on, I believe, a lob pass. You call it a steal or a block or a stock. And it was Kobe Sanders driving a closeout on the other end, which was a really good play to see from him. They closed out on a far side corner three. He took him off the dribble, got a floater to go over Evan Mobley. Great sequence there. Now you're back to within 14. That Kawhi defense there, that was DPOY Kawhi. I don't know how he got that away from Donovan Mitchell. Zubats is still cooking. Left-hand hook shot. 99-87. 12-point game. But Darius Garland, who didn't have a great game and just came back, this was his second game after missing like a week, and only his fifth or sixth game on the season. He had an end of shot clock two-pointer that was kind of a backbreaker. So it's 101-87. Then CP3 had a bad pass over Ivica Zubats' head. That timing wasn't there. Tyson three-pointer over Batum. They're back up by 16. And I couldn't believe this happened. The Cavs got 10 or 12 seconds to run off the clock as Darius Garland just let the ball roll in the backcourt. Nobody made him pick up the ball to start the 8-second clock to get into the front court. I don't know how much time was drained there, but time is also your enemy when you're down double digits late like that. Eventually, Kawhi came up. I don't know what the issue was. Did he not know he was guarding Garland? Bizarre. Another Cavs three from Tyson put him up by 17. James Harden was at the scorer's table. It didn't look like he was going to come back in. But then Kawhi hit a three-pointer. It was 108-94. So Harden comes back at the 5:32 mark. Zubats gets an and one on Tomlin. He's made 9 straight shots. Insane. Then it was Zoo and John Collins. This is how bad things are going for John Collins right now. They're battling for a board underneath. They both lose it. It goes off of Collins' shoe. Donovan Mitchell then misses a three-pointer after the inbounds pass, and Kawhi and John Collins bang knees. Kawhi's right knee, which is the troublesome one, to John Collins in his left knee. And they end up getting a putback there. So even with Ivica Zubac getting a dunk on the other end, he's made 10 straight. The Clippers, they needed to start hitting threes in a hurry. As good as Ivica Zubac was, you needed somebody to start knocking down or getting hot from three. Donovan Mitchell drew a shooting foul. It was 112-99. Ivica Zubac finally missed a hook shot after he made 10 straight buckets. Mobley gets a bucket on the other end. Timeout. Coach Lou pulls the starters. It's 116-99 with about 3.5 minutes left. Ball game. Frustrating. Very, very winnable game for the Clippers. And Kawhi was seen after taking himself out of the game after banging knees with John Collins. Kawhi was trying to walk it off. He was doing some body squats. He was doing a couple of different drills to test the stability of his right knee. That wasn't great to see. He just came back. It's the troublesome right leg. Man, I hope he's available on Tuesday. I hope it's just a bone bruise. Nothing more than that. It just looked like he banged knees with John Collins. But it appeared he was about to go back into the game, but then things got out of hand, and Coach Lou just pulled the starters. We'll see if we have audio or a quote from Coach Lou post-game. Clippers lose. They're 5-12. They fall 120-105 in Cleveland to the Cavaliers. We'll take a timeout here. We'll come back and get to your phone calls, 866-987-2570, 866-987-2570. If anybody in the chat wants to call in, you guys seem real talkative in the chat. What happened? I almost said the Joker line. Call in. But I know it's tough right now. Clippers back in LA, but not at home, not back at Intuit Dome. Back at Crypto on Tuesday, taking on the Lakers in a cup game. First time they see the Lakers this season. Late tip for that one. 8 p.m. I'm Adam Moslin. You're listening to Clippers Talk on AM 570 LA Sports. Clippers lose by 15 in Cleveland. It was a lot closer than the score would tell you, but it doesn't matter. They're 5-12 on the season. Welcome back into Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Moslin. Clippers' next game against the Lakers on Tuesday night. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Clipper Edward ain't scared. Clipper Edward, what's up? You're on Clipper Stock.
Hey, what's going on, Adam? Disappointing loss today. I did say today was a test, but I'm worried about Kawhi, man. Like he looks
When
slow,
are we not?
He looks old. Yeah.
No. I mean,
Right?
he was fine out. I ain't worried about his play. I'm worried about his knee.
He looks slow. He looks slow out there.
Bro,
He wasn't guarding the other team's best player.
I mean, he had 20 points in 26 minutes. Like, I saw some quick moves to the basket. I saw what I needed to see.
20 points. LeBron has 10 points, and it's not even the second quarter yet. So I hate to bring them up, but John Collins again is just so disappointing. I wasn't one of those people that said, "Hey, we need to bring in John Collins," but for him to be making
funny.
20
I can't
plus million,
Edward, I can't find any of those people now. All those people acted like they knew all along we shouldn't have traded Norman Powell for John Collins.
if he was making 10 million, that would be fine. But 20 something plus million, he's not worth it. Harden, I guess, he deserves a bad game, even though it wasn't really a bad game. He scored 19 points, but coming off 50 points, I accept it. Zubac had a great game. Leonard, he just wasn't good tonight. He looked old, and I hope he's better against the Lakers. We need to win against
They won Kawhi's minutes. They were +3. I thought he looked fine. I'm worried about him now because at the end of the game, he banged his right knee. But for his first game back, he had a couple of uncharacteristically bad turnovers. He hit a jumper. He had another baseline fadeaway that rimmed in and out, gophered out. That was crazy. He looked good. It's just, is he going to be available on Tuesday? I don't know. And look, you're right. James Harden, you can't hold anything against James.
I just feel like he looked decent. There was a lot of times where, I guess it was two of them where, he stepped back for threes when he should have just settled for the 17-footer. But
my man, nobody else could hit a three. Kawhi went 3 of 5 from the outside. They went 8 of 26 from 3, and Kawhi hit 3 of them.
I understand that, but I feel like
you're
Kawhi,
complaining about him missing
it. You're
complaining about him he was 3 of 5 from the outside. He was good from 3. Nobody else could hit.
But I would prefer him just getting to his mid-range.
You're right. 2's worth more than 3. Wait a second. I'm confused. If he's hitting from 3, which he's shooting 40% from 3 on the season, and nobody else is hitting from 3, isn't it okay that he takes a 3?
I guess, but it takes a lot more energy to shoot a 3. And
he was 3 of 5.
All the injuries,
my man, you would have a great point if he was 1 of 5 and settling for 3s. He was 3 of 5 in a time where nobody else could hit. This is not the game to criticize him for taking 3s. I get it, but no, actually, I don't.
But as far as the overall team, the defense was just atrocious today. I mean, we had the game, we were down to 1, and we just totally blew it because guys are. I just don't know what happened to the chemistry. I don't want to blame any of the coaches. I want to blame the players today because I think it's an effort thing. Because when it comes out to defense, it's all about effort. So guys just got to get better. I mean, we're old, but guys just got to get smarter. And I feel like the game plan has to be better when guys are older. So that just comes down to Ty Lue.
What didn't you like about the game? What didn't you like about the game plan specifically?
There was a lot of times where Zubac was guarding Garland at the top of the key. Why is he guarding? Where is the switch real quick? There should be an automatic when.
Well, first of all, Coach Lue is not the defensive. Coach Lue is not the defensive coordinator. So if you want to complain about that, I guess you got to complain about Jeff Van Gundy. But that's because they got cross-matched. Because somebody else probably didn't pick up their man. Ivica Zubac was guarding the rim and then had to come back out because he got Garland. Every time I ask for specifics, people are just he was guarding Garland at one point.
Has to come down to strategy. What are we doing in practice? For instance, if Zubac gets isolated on the top of the key, what's our game plan to get a backup? Is somebody?
What do you think's gonna happen? Hold on. What do you think happens?
Okay.
If that man comes up, if a guard comes up to guard Garland there. What do you think he's doing with the basketball? He's passing to the open man. There's either the switch comes too late.
He's probably taking it to the basket because he beats Zubac at the top of the key.
But you're saying if you need help, if you're saying somebody else has to come over there and switch, which is what you just said, during that time, that guy is also leaving his man. What do you think happens? I hear people complain about coaching and stuff, and it's like, I don't think they're qualified. I got to be honest. Like, my man, I don't think the coaching was the problem in this game. If they don't go 8 of 26 from the outside,
it wasn't the problem necessarily.
You're trying to find a way to pin it on Coach Lue is what it feels like. Even though he's not even the defensive coordinator.
I'm blaming the players. I said the players, but
you said game plan mistake. Right? You said game plan mistake, and then you said it was on the defensive end, and Coach Lue doesn't even coach the defense. It's Jeff Van Gundy, so you're out. You're out of ammunition against Coach Lue in this one. I'm sorry. Like, you can. Okay, you know what you should blame him about. You know what you should. No. He doesn't. Like, I gotta get to more calls. I'm sorry. I'm going brain dead. Clipper Chris, you're calling in. Clipper Chris, you're on Clipper Stock with Adam Moslem. What's up?
Hello, Adam. Haven't talked in a long time. It's like, it's been a discouraging season to say the least. I think we've only had 2 single point losses. The rest have been double digits, and I figured, I'm looking for this Clipper season to be a long season. I just have to stomach the result and see what the end will be in April.
All right, Chris. I guess we will. I hope they turn it around on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night and Friday also.
They often get up. They often get up for the Lakers. Often.
Oh, yeah.
So we shall see. Quick timeout. Appreciate the phone call, Chris. 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570. Like, if you want to call in and criticize, like, I could come up with better criticism than that. Like, not playing Brook Lopez in this game. If you want to complain about a game plan thing, like, say not to play Brook Lopez at least after the first stint with him. That's if you're going to criticize something with Coach Lue. I don't know how to help some people. Like, first I asked what the game plan mistake was. I get 3 seconds of dead silence. I appreciate Clipper Edward. He actually calls in, unlike most people in the chat that just don't even want to try. But I'll throw out the number, 866-987-2570. There's legit criticism to be had. I just don't think that was in particular something to make a big deal about. But again, Jeff Van Gundy is the defensive coordinator. So when you guys were giving him all that praise last season and saying, oh, it's not Coach Lue, it's Jeff Van Gundy with the defense. Well, now if the defense is bad, now you want to do mental gymnastics and blame Coach Lue, which you said he wasn't in charge of the defense last year. You can't have it both ways like that. It doesn't work. I'm Adam Moslem, and you're listening to Clipper Stock here on AM 570 LA Sports. Like, look, you want to complain about the Brook Lopez move? I get that. I said that's something worth complaining about. Yet somebody in the chat's like, you won't ever criticize Coach Lue. I just did. I just did a second ago. And that's total cap to act like we have some big delay talking back and forth with the caller. Daniel, can you confirm there's no big delay?
Yeah, there's no No, there's no delay.
You're capping big time, Clipper Edward. I asked you straight up, what's the game plan mistake?
Yeah,
There is not a delay like that with our phone calls.
Yeah.
I just asked the engineer.
Yeah, it was
I love y'all, but I got to keep it a buck.
a big pause.
That was a huge pause.
Yeah.
People calling in now. Clippers lose by 15 in Cleveland. They are 5-12. Call and response. Vaughn in LA. You're on Clippers Talk with Adam Moslin.
Yeah, how's it going, man? I don't think the Clippers have the personnel to compete, to be honest. Like, even when healthy, I think it's still an uphill battle for the Clippers right now. And, like, I know they're going to come out and play well against the Lakers on Tuesday because they always do. Like, what type of game it is, I feel like the guys that get up for that. But in the long run, I don't know. Like, what do we expect from this team in reality?
Well, coming into the season, a lot of people expected much better than 5-12 because, their over-under was 48.5 wins by Vegas, and many experts thought they were a top 4 team in the Western Conference. So that's what people are expecting. Now, they just got Kawhi back. They went 2-8 without him over a 10-game stretch. They lose this game with him on a minutes restriction. Hopefully, he's able to go on Tuesday after it looked like he hurt his right knee banging into John Collins' knee, but we'll see.
I expect him to drop like 35 on Tuesday. Like, that's how whatever's in the water, like that Laker Clipper game, I expect him to drop like 35. I know it might sound crazy, but I'm not too worried about Kawhi because he definitely is the number one option for this team. And it'd be crazy when I hear people say like, I love James Harden as a player and everything, but him as your first option, like, it's cool and all, but if we're trying to go to the places the Clippers are trying to go, like, you definitely need Kawhi there playing his best basketball. But I think that it's just a personnel thing. It's like, even when we do play well, it's like it doesn't feel like it's gonna last long, or something's just not sticking either with the team or just the message somewhere. It looks like, I'm not for sure that I'm not in the locker room, of course, but as watching the game, it's just like something just doesn't click with each person that's in rotation or what the defensive scheme is coming down every time. And I'm just saying defense just for one side of it, but I don't know, just something doesn't seem like we're a cognitive unit all the time. And I feel like to get to that place, we got to be a cognitive unit.
All right. I agree, Vaughn. I think it's well said. Arthur in Los Angeles. Arthur, what's up here on Clippers Talk?
Hey, Adam.
What's up, Arthur?
Adam?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey. Not too much. I want to know that, hey, I'm calling on Coach Lou. Why do you have Kawhi out there when it was about a, 15-point game and he first came back and he's on a minutes restriction and you have your rivals, that team downtown on Tuesday night?
You're mad that Kawhi played too much by playing 26 minutes?
I think probably about 20 minutes probably should have been his limit.
I mean, then I guess Coach Lou can't win because some people will say he didn't play enough. He needs to play more. Minutes restriction is soft. And then others will say he played too much. Like, I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do then. I guess people are going to find a complaint one way or another. I get it. They're losing. It's tough right now. People are frustrated. They want to get frustrated with everything. They want to blame one person. They want to blame me, whatever it is. Clippers are 5-12. This is how it goes. It hasn't been like this in a while. So people may have forgotten. I mean, I remember a 9-game losing streak in 2017, 2018. That was rough.
Yeah.
But a lot of people didn't care back then like they do now, which I do view as a good sign that people care and they're passionate.
Right.
All right,
and
Arthur.
Adam too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam.
I got you.
And rest in peace to Joe Wolf and Bill Fitch. Right, they both passed away the last few years. Right.
Yeah, Joe Wolf, basketball. I guess we're going there tonight. I'm more. Yeah, rest in peace. R.I.P. I'm with you, Arthur.
Yeah.
Appreciate the phone call. Quick timeout. We'll come back. More of your phone calls. Tony, Mitch, we'll get to you. 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Clipper Edwards saying Tuesday is a must-win game, all caps. I'll say this. They keep losing. I don't know. Are heads going to roll? Are people going to be on the hot seat? Is Kawhi going to be available on Tuesday? These are dark times, difficult times. More Clippers talk next here on AM 570 LA Sports. Now people are like, rip Rodney Rogers. RIP to all those who have fallen in the last couple of years, I guess. I don't know. Arthur started it, and it's sad. Clippers lose 120 to 105 in Cleveland, and they are 5-12 on the season with a showdown with the Lakers on Tuesday night at Crypto. Yes, they are back in Los Angeles, but that is not their home anymore. Their old home. I wouldn't even call it. It was never their home. Intuit Dome is their first real home. It's just for them. Tony, calling from Oregon again. Hi, Tony. How are you? Big Ducks victory.
Hey, brother. How you doing? Yeah, absolutely, man. I just want to say you're doing a fantastic job, and I want to remind all the listeners out there, you're a fan too. You're allowed to be upset too, brother. At this point, do you think it's cup or bust?
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Do you feel like it is the NBA Cup or bust at this point?
So you're joking. You're being humorous, right? I can't. No, I get so much wild stuff in the chat and phone calls sometimes. I don't know what's real or not. You're trying to bring some levity here?
I feel like I really am. I think that if we're going to have to pick something to try to stay positive about with all the negativity going on, I mean, we do have a chance at securing our option for the NBA Cup. I hope Kawhi is available. But, the knee-to-knee contact on the bad knee, I'm with you. I just hope he's able to play. Minute restrictions, all that, I don't know. I don't work for the team. If they say 26 is good, they went to school, I'm going to back them on that. I have no idea what the muscles can and cannot take. But my other question for you is the people who are complaining about the three-point defense, because we're switching, they realize if we don't switch,
they get an open
then
shot.
you're trailing. Yeah, then you're trailing the ball handler on his hip. And in today's game, the point guards are so good at having the defender on the hip. You're talking corners, then, you're pulling Zoo in, and then that's a drop-off. It really – I feel like it's pick your poison.
Yep.
They're going to complain if we're not rallying to the corners, and then they're going to complain when people are getting open layups. That's the game. These guys look for the weaknesses, and we have to be on the ball to avoid those as best as possible. But I don't care what you do. Do a 1-4 flat, try to defend the drive. You're going to get, one-on-ones for the three. You do a 3-2 anchor. It might help defend the three, but again, you're getting layups, and
Tony,
zone play only works so good.
People talking to RIP, like James Naismith has risen. I hear you. It's a good breakdown, but I got to get out if you hear the music. I appreciate you, Tony. Call in more often. I like your phone calls.
Yeah,
I like the
appreciate
Ducks
you,
as
brother.
well. All right, be good. Clipper Nation, we are in it together. Everybody's frustrated. I'm frustrated too. Trust me. In fact, I'll do a little Clippers talk after dark. If you're listening on AM 570, hop on the YouTube. I ain't going nowhere on there. Clippers next ball game coming up Tuesday night at Crypto, taking on the Lakers. Tip off at 8, pregame at 7. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank Ralph Lawler, Brian Seaman, Noah Eagle, Carlo Jimenez. Shout out Big Brother Jake Warner, our producer tonight, Daniel West. Great job as always. The callers, the listeners. Love you guys. We'll talk to you next time.
So it's going on your feed right after.
Look at me. I'm still here. I'm right here. I'm right effing here, chat. Now I can say what the I want. I got a lot of problems with you people. A Festivus for the rest of us. Feats of strength. Airing of grievances. It's that time of year. Hey, ain't got to be nice. I don't give a damn. It'd be nice, but if I'm the whipping boy when the Clippers lose, because people want to get mad that I defend things logically, whatever. I still love y'all. We are in it together. If anybody else wants to call in, I can get to you coming up in like 2 minutes here. But this is frustrating. Zoo gives you 33 and bodies Evan Mobley like that, and you lose the game. Not great. There are things to criticize with Coach Lue. Hey, if they keep losing, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe if they keep losing. That's how it works in the pros. That's why these guys have guaranteed contracts. Nobody's safe. I'm not safe. I don't know. Adam, go lit with some whiskey. I haven't drank in 3 years. It's not that rough yet. I can't go there. I can't go back. We need Eric Pikowski. Damian keeps saying they're going to go 5-23. If they went 5-23, yeah, I think jobs would be on the line. I think they'd be in deep trouble. But they have preached patience, and they understand, as Law Murray said recently, this is a failure at all levels. I'm going to play something for you guys. I'm going to play something for you. Some of you aren't going to like it as I wait to hear from Coach Lue postgame, but I asked Law this on yesterday's show, and I think you guys should hear. You want to say I'm a company man? You tell me I'm not asking the hard questions here. I asked Law what could happen, because if they lost that game to Charlotte, I don't know what would have happened. This was yesterday pregame. Fans have obviously been frustrated, and they've expressed a lot of that towards Coach Lou. And I've heard a lot of, they've quit on Coach Lou, they've tuned him out. I haven't seen that. What's your read on that situation with them losing 9 of their last 10?
The whole thing with coaching comes down to this. I think we've seen in the NBA a lot of teams just decide that the coach is a problem. The coach becomes a problem when the relationships break down. And if there was a relationship breakdown when it came to Tyronn Lue, then Tyronn probably wouldn't be here already. We've seen that. The Clippers have prioritized that relationship in terms of the coaching staff, the front office, ownership, the stars. They have failed together, and that's the biggest thing about it. Like, James Harden was on the phone with Bradley Beal. Tyronn Lue said, this is how Bradley Beal is going to be in our offense. Lawrence Frank said Bradley Beal can be a two-way player. Bradley Beal said, I can help this team. You didn't get Bradley Beal this year. I mean, it's a failure, but it's a failure on everybody. And with Tyronn, it's like, you can do something different. Maybe his time would be up, and Tyronn would probably be happy to move to the next situation. But different doesn't mean better. You're not upgrading on Tyronn Lue. I think people need to understand that. This is still a team that the season isn't over. The sky's falling because a bunch of Clipper fans have never seen this team lose before. So, right. Or they've had to wait until the playoffs for them to lose. So that's where the Clippers are at right now. The season isn't over. Kawhi's literally coming back in a matter of days, if not tomorrow. So, there's still, that's how this locker room is. The locker room's not throwing the coaching staff under the bus. A lot of people wanted lineup changes or certain guys to play, and then those guys play, and it's like, oh man, it must be the coach. It's like, the coach might have known something ahead of time. Like, this defense was great last year. It's not great this year. Certain guys are, saying that the person that was in charge of helping this team change things around last year, should be coaching the team this year. So I think it's all a matter of everyone is together, even though they are not doing well together. And how that goes going forward, we have to see how this season plays out. I'm sure a lot of people will be mad if this team wins 10 games in a row at some point, because they want to see change, because they see a bleak outlook. And so we'll see what happens today. Again, they've beaten the Hornets 14 times in a row. I dare them to have that streak snapped. But even if it gets snapped, it's like, you got a game tomorrow, and you got games next week, and you got a whole nother season to play. The first quarter is coming to an end, but that means you got 3 more quarters of basketball to play.
So would you characterize it like you don't see jobs on the line this early in the season?
I don't. I really don't. I think everyone, again, context is everything. Like, if you blame Tyronn Lue for the Clippers not making the playoffs in 2022, or not winning against the Suns in 2023, or the Mavericks in 2024 when Kawhi's out, when Paul and Kawhi were out at the same time in 2023 and Russell Westbrook's leading the team. It's like, if you want to charge that to the coaching staff, then you can do that. That's your prerogative. I'm sure that'll be written on the epitaph when this is all over. This organization is big on stability. Steve Ballmer has been the chairman for 12 years. He's only made one front office change and one coaching change, and it's involved the same person both times. Both of the appointments came from guys who were sitting on the bench next to the head coach at the time. All I'm saying is other organizations might have shaken things up, made a move, but the Clippers, a team that values stability in a way that is rare in pro sports, and especially in NBA, they're not going that route.
That was La Murray yesterday. Everybody going after Lawrence Frank now. It's one or the other. Going after Lawrence, Ty, both. Everybody wanted John Collins. We got to get a power forward. Oh, if we get a power forward, everything's going to be great. Run it back, just get a power forward, a better backup big. Well, they thought they did. I thought they get a better ball handler too. CP3 was really good last year in San Antonio. Unfortunately, it looks like his skills have diminished quickly. Sometimes it happens, especially to smaller guards. It can go like that. The Brewmaster, I like Amir Coffee. I do. He also had like a minus 350 last season. It just seemed like they always lost his minutes. I think they lost him to go up to play more of the young guys, to give more opportunities. You wouldn't see Kobe Sanders right now if they had the Brewmaster still. All these people saying they never wanted Collins. I'm sorry. I did so many shows. I've seen so many posts. Maybe you didn't, but 99.9% have wanted Collins, not just this summer. They wanted him 2 summers ago. He's playing poorly. You got to hold players accountable when they're obviously capable of much more, of playing much better. I would hold them accountable before I'd hold Coach Lou or Lawrence Frank. We know John Collins can play better than this. He's not. They put him in a position early in that game today to try to get him going, and he couldn't get going. See, Himothy's got a short memory. Doc Rivers was winning games with Ty Wallace and Darius Thornwell getting minutes. It's like, did you see what Coach Lou did in 21-22 with 30 games from Paul George and no games from Kawhi Leonard with Marcus Morris and Reggie Jackson? I'm not hearing that. Coach Lou has maximized his talent plenty of times, has won with all kinds of guys and backups. We can't act like he hasn't. That's crazy.
Oh, you're good over here.
Thanks, man.
Oh, you got it.
Could you turn on my mic and the phone line for me?
Yeah.
All right. Look, if you want to call in, thanks, Daniel. Appreciate you, man.
All right,
We'll see you on Tuesday.
Yep.
I'll be here because it ain't a real home game.
Sounds good.
Look, I criticize. Hey, guys, y'all saying I didn't criticize or I don't criticize Coach Lou? F out of here. I was the one who brought it up to media members when nobody asked Coach Lou after the personnel that was on the floor in Game 4 last year to block out or get a rebound, and instead of Aaron Gordon gets a dunk. I asked. I said somebody's got to ask that question. Me. You can't keep saying that I don't criticize Coach Lou. Nobody asked Coach Lou about the personnel he had on the floor after what Aaron Gordon did in Game 4. I got him to the next day. It's just inaccurate. Like, here, I'll put out the phone number. 866-987-2570. Clipper Edward can even call in again. I'll stay on for another 15 minutes. I'll stay on till 7. I want to hear from Coach Lou postgame. That's what I'm waiting for here. I'm desperate to hear that. I criticized the Brook Lopez move today. Hell, I could criticize the CP3 minutes. I don't think that's the end-all be-all. I think he's been playing a little bit better. I'm not going to call him that name. That's unprofessional. And it's just very, very bleeping uncreative. The people that just spam and keep saying that over and over again. If nobody's going to call in, I'll kill the show. If nobody wants to call in. No, you don't fire a guy over one decision like that when he's made. You look at, is someone a net positive or not? You guys want perfect. No coach is perfect. Miami Heat fans complain about Eric Spoelstra. Golden State fans complain all the freaking time about Steve Kerr. We're doing the same thing. You want perfect. What you want is a head coach that is enough of a net positive that his good moves far outweigh his bad moves. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. Including you guys in the chat. Including all of us that thought these were great moves this summer. I love the John Collins move. I was a proponent of getting him. I didn't think it would be the cure-all, but I still want it to happen. Everybody liked the Norman Powell for John Collins move. Now, Norm's playing well, John Collins is playing poorly, and nobody can see outside of just being that prisoner of the moment right now. They think how Norm's playing now is going to last forever. How John's playing now is going to last forever. That's not how it works. See, this is the type of stuff that's just Steve Kerr's an overrated coach. Easy to coach a team with KD, Curry, Clay, and Draymond. No, it's not with all those personalities. No, it's not. And he implemented the system that Mark Jackson didn't have that got the Splash Brothers really getting loose with their motion amoeba offense. Y'all just yapping. You're just yapping. It's not easy. Do you know why Mark Jackson got let go? Do you know who made the move to get Draymond into the starting lineup? That got Andre Iguodala to come off the bench? That's Steve Kerr. I'm nice with it like that. I can talk about other coaches and defend them with logic and reason and rationale. You guys would criticize any head coach after Coach Lou and kill them too, no matter how good they are. John saying, I don't know what I want anymore. You can hold people accountable. You can criticize. This is the nuance and the slight differences going on here. You guys just want to say a guy sucks, fire him after game 4. I can say I thought he should have made a different move in game 4 than the personnel he had out there, and also say he shouldn't be fired for that. It's not all or nothing. It's that simple. Welcome to Clippers Talk. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Adam? It's Cooper Edward. I'm back.
Oh, it's weird because I thought there'd be like a 4-second delay from me saying, what's your name? And you saying what your name was. It's weird.
Well, no,
it's weird. Let's keep it a buck, my friend.
Technically there is, because you were talking and then you expected a response right away. I like to listen to you speak.
No,
and then I like to reply instead of you speaking, and I talk over you.
Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. I asked a plain.
I'm keeping it a buck.
I asked a plain question. All right, let's move on from that. Let's move on, Edward. Where can we go?
Let's move on. So first, let me start off with, before I heard you talk about the Kings and Hedo Turkoglu, I think the problem was Hedo Turkoglu wasn't good enough
Wait a
in
second.
2002.
We're going someplace totally different, but I kind of like it.
Yes. So you were talking about Hedo Turkoglu being great and this and that. I think he wasn't good enough in 2002 when Peja was hurt with the ankle.
No. You're out of your mind. Tito was balling in 2002 during that playoff run against the Lakers.
I think he wasn't.
I don't
good enough,
care what you think. Did you see what Peja shot? Did you see what Peja shot in that series? He shot 32% when he came back.
He was on a bum ankle.
And he was hurting them. That's the decision you have to make, whether or not a guy is actually going to hurt you because he's not right yet. He wasn't right. They would have been better off if they just kept Hedo out there.
My thing was, my thing was, you was bringing up Hedo like he was such a hero. He wasn't even good enough.
I didn't bring him up like that. I was talking his entire career and what type of player he was, and comparing Kobe Sanders to him. I like that comp.
I think I love Hedo Turkoglu. Shout out to Hedo Turkoglu. I thought he was a solid player, but I thought he was never good enough for the Kings in the playoffs.
He
and
was
I also
all
thought he wasn't good enough.
Edward. All that
And
matters
I
is
also thought
who
he
was
wasn't good enough in
all
Orlando.
Edward.
when they
All
got
that
swept.
matters
But,
is was he better than Peja in that series? Yes, he would have been better.
but yes, because Peja was hurt though with
That's
a bum
all
ankle.
that matters. I'm not saying he was better than Peja overall. I'm saying Hito, if Peja doesn't come back, they probably win the series just having Hito in there because he was playing better.
And so what about Hito and
All
Orlando?
No.
Against the Lakers.
What about ism? Well, you're moving the goalposts somewhere else. What? I don't care. I wasn't talking about Hito and Orlando. I said in that specific series, they would have had a better chance if they just continued to play Hito because Peja was hurt. That's all. What else do you need?
I don't know. I feel like
Peja
Hito
shot
was getting
30%.
Hito Peja was hurt though.
Then
Peja
you
was
play
hurt.
the guy that's not hurt. What is so hard about this logic? The guy who wasn't hurt played better.
I think.
My
honestly,
God!
To be honest with you, I think I'd rather play Lawrence Thunderberg.
This is why I can't trust your Clippers takes. Your logic is deformed. Like, what are we? Hito was playing well in that series. Do you want me to give you the numbers?
Hito was playing okay, but he wasn't playing up to that. He wasn't playing better than he could be.
He was playing better than Peja on a bum ankle, and that's all that matters. That's all you care about. Hito shot 43% from 3 in that series.
But what about his defense, though?
What about Peja's defense on a bum ankle? That's all that matters. Was he better than Peja at that time or not?
Respectfully, though, Peja was never good in his prime as defense.
You're hurting your own
He was
point
always an
then.
offensive
You're
player.
undercutting your own point. My guy, Edward. Your pretzel logic.
Okay.
What are you doing? So was he
Okay,
better? Who was the better option in that series between Hito and
so
Peja on a bum ankle?
Peja on a bum ankle, honestly.
So why did he shoot way worse and play way worse than Hito?
I just felt like the game plan wasn't good enough.
Tell me what game Peja came back in. Tell me when he came back in that series. Because I don't think you got
back in like game 3, right?
No, it was like
game 3.
Game 5.
Was it game 5?
Yeah, I believe so. You're making a terrible argument, my friend. Just like you were earlier with the Clippers.
You want
a guy that shot 30%
my argument
in the series on a bum ankle. Now
he
you're
wasn't
shifting.
even as good as Peja on a bum ankle.
But he was, because he played better in that series. Eyeball test, stat test. He was.
I don't know. We have to watch that series back again.
You don't even know when Peja came back. He didn't come back till game 5. I just confirmed it. Peja shot literally. Peja shot 30%. He shot 30%. He was 7 of 23.
Okay, so what did Hito Turkoglu have in game 7?
I don't know, because Peja was taking his minutes.
Okay, I guess. So back to the Clippers. You know what? I'm worried about Kawhi Leonard.
People in the chat are so mad we're talking about this. It's hilarious. Like, we got so off track. It's hilarious. But I needed that palate cleanser. Hey, at least you're calling in.
Yes. But Kawhi Leonard, I'm worried, man, because like to expect him to score over 20 points a game for the rest of the season, stay healthy, and then we have to deal with this next season. I'm almost at the point where I'm like, I want to trade him, but I feel like I understand at the business point we can't trade him because we're stuck, because nobody's going to want him. And anybody that's going to want him is going to give us a second-round pick that's not worth anything because this team is not good at scouting. So what I think
where was Kobe Sanders picked? Where was Kobe Sanders picked? Uh-oh.
I like Kobe Sanders, but
where was Terrence Mann picked?
Hold on, wait. I hate to bring this team up. But
you just said the Lakers, they're not good at scouting. And I just gave you 2 guys that they got in the second round.
I understand that. But the Lakers just signed guys that have won a ring and another guy that could possibly win a ring because he's amazing in Austin Reeves, unsigned.
Cool. The Clippers got Amir Coffey unsigned. He did good work for them. That is a success. Amir Coffey's time with the Clippers is a success.
Amir Coffey is nowhere compared to Austin Reeves.
Of course not.
Nowhere.
Austin Reeves, you could say that for how many teams can you say the same thing for? Why didn't you guys get a guy unsigned like Austin Reeves? That's a shot in the dark. It worked out. Great for them.
But it's not necessarily a shot in the dark when he's training in LA and the Clippers scouts can't get an eye on him as well.
You know they just blew out their scouting department, right?
I understand that, and I was just about to tell you, I feel like the Clippers should go out and sign every one of those guys because those guys are the ones that discovered Adam Caruso. They discovered Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht.
Who Caruso?
Adam Caruso. Adam Caruso. They discovered him.
Who? No wonder you can't talk about Hito.
Why? Adam. Yeah, I can't remember his first name, but Caruso. You know what I'm talking about.
What's the cup in your hand? What's in there?
You know what I'm talking about. I can't remember his name, but
Caruso.
They discovered Alex Caruso. Exactly. They discovered Caruso. They discovered Dalton Knecht. They discovered Austin Reeves.
Wait a second.
So
Dalton Knecht is not exactly worked out yet. In fact, they tried to trade him once already.
I feel like he was doing great, but they messed him up by trying to trade him.
Dalton Knecht is a first-round pick. What are you talking about?
But
don't act like that was some back-end pick. What are you talking about? You are yapping. You know when the kids say you're just yapping? You're just yapping right now.
Passed on. No, he was the guy that got passed on. Let's be honest.
What?
He's the guy that got passed on.
And a guy they just tried to trade, and a guy that hasn't exactly panned out yet. And he's already 24 or 25.
Well, yeah. Well, the reason is he's not panning out because they blew his confidence trying to trade him.
Dalton Knecht is not a feather in their cap right now. Maybe he will be, but that is not you're not boosting your point with that. Or bolstering.
Okay, so Austin Reeves and Adam Caruso is not boosting my point.
Alex Caruso, who they let go.
Caruso
wouldn't match his contract. Hey, look, if you want to bring in some of those Lakers scouts, whatever. If that's your point, I'm not disagreeing with that. The draft is a crapshoot. Can the Clippers do better?
I understand that, but
yes,
they could definitely do better. But also, I have another idea. I feel like when Brook Lopez is out on the court, I feel like they should play Yannick Niederhauser at the same time because Brook Lopez is a weak rebounder, as we found out now that we have signed him.
But you want both of those guys guarding the perimeter? You know they have to guard on the other end, right?
No, but I feel like Yannick is like a poor man's Giannis. Do you not feel that or no?
That is a poor man's Giannis. I mean, that is quite the comparison. No, I don't feel that. Giannis is the Greek freak. He's one of the craziest athletes of all time. Yes, Yannick is a good athlete. To compare him to Giannis is crazy.
Yannick is a great athlete.
He is a very good athlete. He is not Giannis. Relax.
Do they not have the same size comparison? Have we compared their size? I think they're pretty equal.
Pause. Giannis came in much thinner. He can handle the rock more. He can get out in transition. We haven't seen enough from Yannick to say he's anything close to Giannis, my guy. Someone in the chat said the poorest of man, Giannis.
Hold on, wait. Is Giannis really that good of a ball handler though? Let's be honest.
Oh my God! All right, Edward, you're either drinking or not a ball knower.
No, I'm being honest. I feel like he's not that good of a ball handler because he takes 3 steps every time he dribbles. I feel like he's not good.
All that
I
matters
feel like
is
he's only good because he's longer than everybody.
great. Giannis in transition for his size is one of the most coordinated athletes of all time. All time.
And
all time. And
so
you want to compare Yannick to that right now when we hardly seen anything? Come on. You're getting,
I feel like that's the
slammed
problem
in the chat, appropriately so.
But that's the problem though, because we haven't seen enough Yannick. How do you know what he can do when you haven't seen enough of him?
Well, I've seen enough to know he's not Giannis right now. Okay, I've seen enough. I've seen enough to know that.
He might not be Giannis, but what I'm saying is it would be better to play him alongside Lopez because Lopez is not playing in the post.
They're both going to have to guard more on the perimeter than you complained about Zoo being on the perimeter. Now you want them to guard on the perimeter? Oh my God. I'm having an aneurysm.
You could probably play like a 3-1-1. You know what I mean? Probably have 3 guards up top, have something in the middle, and then have Yannick down low.
My man.
It's time, Adam, it's time to get creative. We're too old to try to expect these guys to do something. So we got to make something happen. That comes down to the game planning.
You know what they got to make happen? Hit some more threes. Harden doesn't go 0 of 8 tonight. John Collins plays better. Like, let's focus on some of the little things that easily can turn around instead of making these crazy, drastic measures.
Adam, that's the exact problem. I think we're shooting too many threes. We need to just abandon the whole shooting the threes.
They took 26 threes in this game. You aren't talking facts. They aren't taking so many threes. They're just not making any. And you're not going to beat all these teams.
Adam, let me just ask you something. Would you feel better with Kawhi Leonard shooting a 17-footer than a 3?
It depends. Is there somebody in front of him? Is it a wide open 3? There's all kinds of factors.
It doesn't matter if it depends.
It does matter. Look at the numbers.
His bread and butter is a 2-footer. I don't remember him making a 3-pointers when he was on the Spurs.
My guy, he's been a 40% three-point shooter for years. Welcome to the NBA. Kawhi Leonard is a very good three-point shooter. I shouldn't have to argue that. What? Do you want me to run through the numbers for you? Kawhi hasn't shot worse than 39% from 3 since 2020.
Yeah, but it's not 2020, Adam.
You're right. It's 2025, and he's shooting 40% from 3.
It's that saying. It's not what you've done. It's what you're doing, right?
He's shooting better from 3 than ever. What are we talking about? He's been shooting. He has been shooting better from 3 the older he has gotten. So your argument is trash.
He scored 20 points.
Your
he scored
argument
20 points
is
tonight,
trash.
and we lost.
It's trash.
He scored 20 points, and we lost.
So that's why they lost, because Kawhi, even though they won the minutes when he was out there, they lost because of Kawhi tonight. That's your argument.
I think Kawhi was a big part of the reason we lost tonight. Yes.
Edward, it's over.
He was.
You have successfully torpedoed
Why didn't he guard Mitchell more? Why didn't he guard Mitchell more?
Yeah,
it's a question.
So he shot well. Now it's like, well, what about his defense? They won.
No, I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm just asking you a question. Why didn't he guard?
We're on a
Mitchell
football
more?
field in a different planet.
Why didn't he guard Mitchell more?
Kawhi hasn't been guarding guys like that for years. Like, unless it's a close game, late in the game, yes, he guards their best player. He has anybody now, when you say a two-way player in today's game, that really means like they do it seldomly, because if you're asking for him to go out there and be your number one option on offense, guys rarely are guarding the other team's best player all the time. That's just how it is in today's NBA. They'd get too worn out.
I hate to bring them up. But LeBron, he guards the best player at the end of the game. So
does Kawhi if it's a close game. This wasn't close. They were down.
I understand that. Yeah, Kawhi was on the bench doing squats, trying to keep his knee right. But all right, Adam, I'm done for tonight. I hope somebody else calls in.
Me too.
You have a good night. Take care.
I still love you. Wait.
It's amazing.
Wait. One more time. Well, you get the last word. All right.
I said watch that documentary. It's amazing.
What's it about?
The American Revolution. Ken Burns.
Did it just come out?
On
It sounds
PBS.
like an old one.
No, it's brand new. I thought you talked about it. That's how I heard about it.
I talked about it?
Yeah, you were bringing it up on one of your chats on the Clippers After Dark. Yeah, so it was American Revolution, PBS, Ken Burns.
I stopped drinking. That wasn't me. I haven't seen it, but I've seen his baseball ones, and obviously he's very good.
Yeah, check it out. It's amazing.
All right.
But yeah, Clipper Nation, love y'all.
There goes Edward. If anybody else dares to call in, I'll keep going. Otherwise, I'm still waiting to get some freaking post-game audio from Coach Lou, which seems impossible. I don't know how in the year 2024, or let's say it's 2025, it's this difficult. Yeah, I don't see anything from Coach Lou. I don't know if we have a Kawhi update. I was really hoping to get something here. Anybody? Bueller? Did you guys see anything? Is Kawhi fine? You just bang knees? Are they going to do more testing tomorrow? What's going on? I would love to know. How can we not get Coach Lou post-game audio somewhere? Oh. All right. Well, I feel better. I hope you guys do too. Talk to you on Tuesday night. Clippers, Lakers, 7 p.m. pregame show. Talk to you guys then. And happy holidays.